it's Liz Yule from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator based in the UK. I actually live in South Oxfordshire, and I am sharing this card with you today. Do remember that if you need any Stampin' Up! Products, you can get those from me. There's a link in to my store in the description bar below. And do remember to subscribe. There's going to be some live YouTube videos coming up, so subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out. So this card is a little different. I just wanted to do something completely different today. So this is what I have made. I am using what's it called? From My Heart designer series paper. This was the Valentine's paper from the mini catalogue. Quite a few of the patterns are not Valentine's specific, so I thought I would have a go at heat embossing on this beautiful foiled paper, and I've also got the die cuts from the same stamp set. So the stamp set, which is a bundle, is Silhouette Scenes, and it comes with what's it called? Sweet Silhouettes is the bundle, and the die, which I had just now, there we are. This is the big die that I've used, and there are 3 words. So we've got Forever, Adventure, Inspire, and then a single dandelion. And the images are silhouettes. It's Silhouette Scenes, and we've got Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Life was meant for good friends and great adventures. Together is the perfect place to be, and at the moment is the only place to be. Together at home with your loved ones. Keep dreaming and you inspire me. But I thought I would just have a bit of fun with it. So I have got my designer series paper. The back is, yes, very much, you know, love icons. So I've got that. I've also got a piece of Flirty Flamingo as a mat, and I have got some basic black for my card base. As ever with embossing, the first thing you need to do is put your embossing buddy over your piece of paper so that you get as much of the static off as possible. And then I always give it a blow to get any excess off. Now, because I want the girl on the swing to be lined up with my tree, I need to know roughly where my tree is going to be. So all I've got here is just the die, which I've already die cut. The die is inside. So I'm just going to line that up so that the edges here are near the edge, or the edge of the die is near the edge of the card paper. And then with that in place, I'm going to ink up my girl on a swing with Versamark, and then while I still have that in my mind's eye, I'm going to remove the die, stamp. It doesn't need to be, you know, we've got a bit of wiggle room here, so it's not dreadfully vital. You just want it to be pretty much in the right place. And then I'm just going to bring in the back of a shipping receipt to catch the one pot of embossing powder I don't have in a big pot, which is the Black Sparkle. And this is part of the See a Silhouette suite in the annual catalogue. So if you want that, it's over in the annual catalogue. I think it's in the back as well, under the embellishments and those sorts of bits. And there we have our embossing powder in place. And then all you need to do is tip this back into your pot. Now, some of it is going to go back in and some of it is going to determinedly want to stay put. So just tap it in. And there we go. And then shake shake the excess on the floor where I'm going to hoover tomorrow, because it's looking frightful. Right, if you know me, you know that what I'm now looking for is my trusty cheese board and my heat gun. This is a perfect time to hit the subscribe button. Do remember, if you've got any questions or comments, you can ask those in the description bar and I will try and get back. I'm probably going to have to put a moratorium in place and just say, I'm sorry I haven't replied, because I'm way behind, and then just start up again. But yes, normally I reply. I did have a bit of a blitz a week or so ago, and I need to have another blitz. Oh, there we go. So, apart from we have got a little bit of the circle pattern showing through, which actually we didn't get on the first one. On the first one you can see it was just not quite so obvious, but it's fine. So we need this to be really well stuck to the Flirty Flamingo, because obviously it has wibbled. I'm just going to take a cloth and wipe off the embossing buddy. So what I'm going to do is add some snail across or down my Flirty Flamingo piece, so that I know that it will catch most of the area. And now I do normally use a liquid adhesive, but mostly because it gives you wiggle room, but I do need this to definitely stick down everywhere. I'm going to press from the back because you get a better adhesion. It sort of goes flatter if you do that. Now if you get that, what you need to do is just come in with your liquid adhesive and just very gently very gently just encourage the edge of the paper to come up a wee bit and just squeeze some glue in. Oops. It'd be useful if there was any glue in my glue, of course. Come on, out you come. There we go. So I just squidged some bits in there. Let's pop the lid on. I'm just going to grab a scrap of paper and just move that around a bit in that area where I didn't put any adhesive, clearly. And then we can again just flatten that down. And if I pop the weight on it, it will be fine. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to show you the die cuts that I've done. Now this is 4 layers of basic black, and what I did was cut my basic black, put lots of multi-purpose adhesive on one piece, put another piece on top so that they were very well stuck together. I then left them to dry with a weight for some time, and then 2 layers will very happily die cut through your embossing machine. I had to run it through just a couple of times and it was fine, and I then just put little dabs of adhesive on to stick the 2 together. And I will show you how I did that in a minute, because I'm going to be sticking it onto the Designer Series paper. The top layer is black foil, and I put some of the sheet double-sided adhesive on that. I have masses. When it was going out of the catalogue, I have to say I bought lots, but it is available. You could use tear and tape. Just put layers of tear and tape across a piece of card or the back of your card. That would work just as well. It would be a bit fiddly to take off, but it would work. Or you could just use liquid adhesive. But for the speed of the video, I do like to not have you seeing me do little blobs of glue for the whole of the video. So there we are, that's a lot better. I need to put another weight on it in a minute, but we're actually probably going to cover it up with our die cut. This again, I have put adhesive on the back. So I have die cut this out of the foil, again, the black foil, and then I can peel off my adhesive, or my backing for my adhesive. Now we are going to lose some of the tree because it's going to be off the card, but this is why I'm not really fussed that this has gone a bit wibbly, because we're going to cover it up anyway. So just pop that down on the end. What I don't want is to have bits of, so here I've taken a bit off because I didn't want there to be random bits of tree. So I'm just going to cut that for the moment. I will trim properly and then cut there and just there, and there we have, and we could obviously put this on something else, and then just squish that down so it's well adhered. And as I say, we've now covered up that wibble, and then with my sticky scissors cut off the excess. So there we are, that's that. Now for this, I am going to, I don't need that anymore. I'll show you how you can adhere multiple layers if you want to do it manually. So start with something that's actually got glue in it, it's always a plan, and then just dab little bits of adhesive in strategic places. You don't need to cover the whole of the back with adhesive, just, you know, in obvious places where it might catch, or at the end of something where there's a nice big area, those sorts of things. Now I am going to have to just be careful at the end of my D. And just make sure I've got a reasonable amount. There we go, whoops. Now I have got somewhere on my desk, somewhere buried, I do have a pair of little, there they are, buried under dimensionals. I've got a pair of tweezers that automatically close shut, which is always quite nice. Not having to worry too much. And then just pop the adventure, whoops, pop the adventure down, and again hold it in place, press from the back. What I'm going to do is grab one of my blocks and put that on it while I get my liner for the inside of my card, and I am going to put the together is the perfect place to be. It sort of goes with the outside, but I do like the sentiment for anyone who is self-isolating with their family. I think the novelty has possibly started wearing off. I've seen a number of my friends go from the, oh, isn't it lovely we're all together, to the, oh my God, the children are just driving me mad. So yes, I think the novelty has worn off. So that's that. I have a half sheet of A4 card. The measurements are on my website and they are linked below. And I also give the measurements for North American cardstock, which I know is different. So this is just half a sheet scored in the middle, the long thin way, long thin, short fat, doesn't matter. I do it this way so that if I've got something here, I can photograph it with that showing. So it's purely from that point of view. As I say, short, fat, long, thin really doesn't make any difference. You are using exactly the same amount of card and exactly the same dimensions for the other layers. So, as I say, whatever works for you is fine, but the dimensions are on my website. I know some people can't find them. They are always right at the bottom of the post, so they are always in the same place. So just go down to the bottom of the post and you will find them. So there we are, that's all nicely stuck on. The last, actually no, I'm going to put it on my card base first because I need things to dry so I can have it drying whilst I've got this on. So black dimensionals, because we're on black, it actually doesn't, you know, you could use white if you want, but I just think because we're on black, it makes sense to use the black ones and just allow for postage, as in put a few extras on, because at the moment things are probably going to be posted rather than hand delivered. So, and I know things are taking a little bit longer to come through in the post. The Royal Mail are doing a magnificent job, but it's not quite the instant delivery that we're used to. So they are doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to put some of the Peaceful Poppy sequins on, and I'm going to do a mix of clear and gold for no other reason than I can. So I want to have clear there, and then gold one. Oh, I put another clear in, didn't I? I put another clear up there. I do like my odd numbers, so it doesn't surprise me. I'll have one there, and I'll have one there, and there, and just up there. So I've got my little splodges of glue and my take your pick, take my pick, and I'm just going to pick up. Can I just say, bearing in mind that I use this so much, I'm still on my first putty. I haven't even used the replacement putty yet. It's amazing. So I have actually ordered some spare putty, but as I say, I haven't even changed over. Don't you love sequins? I haven't even changed over from my original putty yet. So yeah, I'm staggered at how long it lasts. I think the key is to not get too much out at one time. I want one more flattish sequin to go up there. Don't know who that is, but it can wait. It's a local call, so it's probably for my husband. Oops. Not convinced that's only one. Anywho, so then I want a gold one there. See, I shouldn't have touched it. I like using the end of my pointy bit because it tends to not stick to the sequin. Sequins tend to get static, and static builds up on your hands and things, so it becomes very, very easy to end up with a sequin stuck to you. So yes, we don't want that. There we are, there's one. Just there. Did I get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4. There must be another one. Where did I have my other one? Oh, up there. I always have odd numbers. So do remember, if you would like to shop with me and you are in the UK, I would be absolutely thrilled. I have got lots and lots of customer goodies that I can share with you. Every month there is a tutorial bundle that is exclusive to my shoppers, and there are 8 of us on the design team, and the only people that get to see the project are the other members of the design team, their teams, and our shoppers. You can buy the bundle. You can buy the bundle from me wherever you are in the world, but if you shop with me and you spend at least £45 in a month, you get the bundle for free, and it goes out the following month. So I'm just sending out the March ones now, and I've also got a mega, and I mean mega, 90 tutorials bundle for the Ornate Garden Suite, which you will get if you spend £60. So if you spend £60 in one order, you will get the Glam Squad tutorial and the Ornate bundle, the Ornate Garden bundle. The Glam Squad, £45 in a month is fine, but for the tutorial, the mega tutorial, it's £60 in an order, or more. And yeah, you can get a mind-blowing number of project ideas with instructions, both in North American cardstock and A4. Thank you very much indeed for joining me again today for what ended up as quite a long video. I do apologise. If you've enjoyed it, do remember to give it a thumbs up. Do leave a comment. Hop over to my website to see the measurements, everything I've used and all that good stuff. And keep well, keep safe, stay indoors, unless you really, really have to go out. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks a lot.